Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Patty's Path, where you journey with me on this path towards our highest version through spirituality, self development, self care, sisterhood style, and traveling. Let me just get my pillow here because we're about to get comfy, and this is going to be a good sit down video where you try to learn a bit from what I'm going to say. So it is the new year, and although we are more than halfway through January, it is never too late to set your goals and objectives for 2025. And what better way to do that than creating a vision board? So get ready to take notes, loves. I'll be teaching you how to make an effective vision board for 2025. So just to let you know, I will be dividing this video into 3 parts. Those 3 chapters will be put down below for your convenience. So let's get to it. So what is a vision board? A vision board is basically a visual representation of the goals that you want to achieve and the kind of life that you want to live this year. So now, why it works is because most people are actually visual learners. But this route of visual representation also applies to setting your goals for the year. Creating a vision board trains your mind that when you see those pics on your vision board, you get used to seeing them so much so that they start being a part of your life. You'll end up seeing them in your real life because you'll make the necessary steps you need to take in order to make that vision into a reality. On to part 2, which is a testimony or what my vision board looked like last year versus what came true. So for your reference, this is what my vision board looked like last year. I'll be attaching a photo of what it looked like over here on the screen. So as you can see, health, wealth, and happiness are right in the center of my vision board because that was the theme of last year, and indeed, those 3 came true in my life. Surrounding that are pictures of the places that I want to travel to or wanted to travel to, the kind of social circle that I want to surround myself with, a specific amount in my bank account, and other manifestations of mine that I wanted to come true for the last year. And to tell you the truth, 80% of what I put in my vision board came true last year, and that's how I know a vision board works. And to make you believe even more that vision boards are effective, here is a reel that I posted on my Instagram of the photos that I put on my vision board versus what came true in my real life. So there you go, that is an example of what your vision board can look like and what your real life can look like. So let's move on to the last part, which is actually how can you make a vision board? So now I'll be teaching you how to make a vision board and an effective one at that, plus 4 effective steps and an additional step that you can take to create a vision board. So I will lay out the 4 steps over here first before I go through them one by one. And there you have it. So the first step is to list down your goals and manifestations for the year. So for this one, you'll really have to take your time to sit down, reflect, and really think about what you want to put on your vision board. And to help you identify your goals and manifestations for the year, I will be giving you 3 main parts to focus on and then some subparts under that so that you can be specific about what you'll put in your manifestations, which will then be put in your vision board. So the first part or aspect would be your pillars. So these pillars, you can further divide them, and these will be your subparts or sub-aspects, which are your physical, spiritual, social, and financial. So you can still edit that, but those are the ones that work for me under my pillars. So I call them pillars because these are the ones that anchor me in my life. I like to feel grounded in how I approach my life, and these pillars and attending to them will help me achieve a very grounded and successful life. So let's go to the first sub aspect of your pillars, which is physical. So basically, in this part, you get to list down the things that you want to focus on when it comes to your physical appearance or things that you want to do to cater to your physical health. So let's say I've put here running, marathons, weightlifting, free diving, hiking with friends, Pilates, golf, and then I also listed specific descriptions of what I want my appearance to look like. Like, let's say I want a slim, thick, and slim, thick figure, as people would like to say. But yeah, you can be very delulu about what you list down. So those are what I put for the physical aspect. And then next would be my spiritual pillar. And what you can put there are things like, do you want to focus on your meditation, your yoga practice, the rituals that you want to practice if ever you're a very spiritual person. So this sub aspect of you being spiritual, if you're a religious person, if you're a Christian or a Catholic, if you want to make it to a point to go to mass every Sunday, that's also a good thing. If you're from another religion, how can you attend to your spiritual or religious aspects? So those are the things that you note down. The next sub aspect under your pillars is your social aspect. So in here, I put sacred sisterhood, family, because it's my number one priority this year. Some opportunities that you want to get when it comes to the social scene, like if you want to get brand deals, let's say if you're a content creator, or let's say you want to make your business boom, so you try to get into these conventions that will allow you to socialize with people who are in that level that you need to be associated with, like CEOs and other business owners. You know what I mean? And I also put here being surrounded by wealthy and successful people. So I noted that down under my social sub aspect because I have a clear vision of what my social circle will look like so that I can be successful for this year. And the last sub aspect that I put under the pillars would be your financial. So as for me, my finances are very, very important. So I put that as a pillar. And of course, now that you're an adult, or I assume that you're an adult watching, or you just really care about your finances, it's important to make that your pillar. So under here, I put the target money amount that I want to see in my bank account. That's a secret. That's just for me to see. But I have that as my target this year. And I know I'm going to achieve that. See, so you have to have a level of delulu or delusion to get to that manifestation. I've also put here good financial habits. I put this business of mine will take off this year. And I also put here a prompt for you could be, what are other streams of income that you could make or attend to this year? So that's the financial aspect. Just ask yourself, how can I make my finances a priority this year? Or what streams of income can I make this year? Or how can I better take care of my finances for me to reach financial freedom? Or something as simple as, what does financial freedom look like to me? Now moving on, we're still writing things here, we're still journaling, we're still reflecting. The next part or aspect would be your hobbies. Of course, when making a vision board, you want to include the hobbies that you want to attend to this year, right? So under this aspect, I also have 4 sub aspects. The first one would be travel or experiences. So as for me, honey, I love traveling. Like, that's literally in my description on my YouTube channel. So traveling or experiences is important for me because it allows me to live a more fulfilling and vibrant life. So I put here, I want to visit places like Palawan in the Philippines. I know we'll be going on a Bali trip this year, manifesting. And I put here, go to more concerts. So things like that, like experiences that you want to live through this year, note that down under the travel or experiences sub-aspect under your hobbies. Now moving on to the next sub-aspect of the hobbies, which is your creative side. So this side of yours just allows you to have more variation in your life. I mean, because if you have a very logical work, having a creative outlet would be so helpful. But at the same time, if you're a creative and that's your full-time like work, it's also good to have like a creative outlet that doesn't necessarily have to make you money. Like, what's something that will attend to your creative side that you don't need to feel pressured about, you know? So in here, I've noted down, well, this was last year, I put pottery, and indeed, I did attend to a pottery class. It was so fun. So it's just amazing to see, like, I put a pottery photo in my vision board last year, and then seeing that in my real life, just wow, that was amazing. Now, moving on to the next sub aspect under the hobbies part, which is culinary. So you may be asking, like, ooh, I never really thought of attending to my culinary. I mean, honey, it's really up to you. Like, if you want to attend to your culinary, but as for me, as a self-development loving girly who cares about her health and her diet, and just to let you know, I am vegetarian, pescatarian. That's my diet. I haven't eaten meat in the last 6 or 7 years. Yes, that's a new fact for you to know about me, but I am mostly pescatarian, and it's important for me to maintain a diet that will ensure that I live a healthy lifestyle. So under this, I want to cook more fresh vegetarian, vegan, or pescatarian meals. Like, I want to learn more recipes this year. And I put this too for the last year, and I did start. You know, I started cooking pasta, I started cooking like toasted bread with something healthy on top, you know, something like that. But in addition, for this year, I put weekly meal prep. So meal prepping is something that has always piqued my interest ever since last year. And to be honest, I also put it last year, but I don't think I completely attended to it. So you know what? This year is another chance for me to meal prep, explore how to do it, and actually implement it in my life. So that's something that you can take from me, like when it comes to the culinary aspect. Now on to the last sub-aspect of the hobbies, which is educational or intellectual. Of course, when you have hobbies, it's nice to have fun, but it would also be better if it would enhance what you're learning, your knowledge, or your skill set. I believe that the best investment you can make is on yourself. So if you can invest on your educational or intellectual aspect, then that would be so good, right? So for last year, I really wanted to be a life coach. And so I did go and get a certification to be a life coach, which I already have now. And I use that to gain more clients. Other things you can put could be like, I want to read more books. I want to learn about passive investing, learn more about the laws of the universe to harness my power. Now we're on to the last aspect, because I said there are 3 aspects that you can journal or reflect on before making a vision board, which are your guiding words or affirmations. So having a mantra or an affirmation for the rest of the year will definitely keep you grounded and aligned with all the things that you want to do for that year. So last year's mantra or affirmation was wealth, health, and happiness. And like what I said, all of those 3 came true. They were the center of my life, and anything that I did had to cater to my health, wealth, and happiness. Now for this year, my main mantra or affirmation would be, I am divinely aligned, abundant, and protected. Period. So when I say I'm divinely aligned, I'm aligned with my purpose, which will help me bring more abundance in specific aspects such as my health, wealth, and happiness. And to tie that all together, I'm gonna need protection and guidance from God and the universe, which is why my mantra is divinely aligned, abundant, and protected. Other than that, you know, when you look through Google or Pinterest, there are photos that say like, I am a millionaire, or I am a successful content creator, or I am the best version of myself this year, something like that. Like, you can search up photos like that on Pinterest especially. So those little words around your vision board will remind you that this is going to be your reality. So now we have reached the end of what to journal or reflect about before making a vision board. So that's step 1. So don't worry, because step 1 was just the most time consuming and madugo part of making a vision board. I believe so. But now onto the fun part, getting your photos. So step 2 of actually making a vision board is to get the right photos from either Google or Pinterest or any photo website that you can find. I believe this is the fun part because I just love scrolling through Pinterest, honestly. Like, it's like social media, but without the interactions and comments and whatnot. It's really just you finding inspo or inspiration on Pinterest. So, yeah, get the photos that resonate the most with you, the aesthetic that resonates the most with you, and the photos on Pinterest or Google that align the most with what you've written down on your journal or your notes. Now, the third step is to collage your photos strategically. So, what I mean by this is, I shared about this earlier, which is the guiding words or affirmations mantra. I tend to put that in the middle because it kind of like anchors the whole vision board. And so when putting the other photos, like let's say you want to visit a certain beach or whatever, I put that at the top right corner, and the size of it will be like not so big that it consumes a big portion, but it's just there, you know. And then another thing that's super important for me is the specific amount that I want to achieve for this year in my bank account. So that definitely, well, it's not in the center, but it's on like a top corner again, but it's like hella big. Like that's how mine looked like in the past year. So it's all about placing those photos strategically and in a way that would work best for you. And then the fourth step is now to personalize it. So this is honestly an important step to making a vision board, because if you just collage some photos that, oh, this is pretty, like, oh yeah, the lens is this, like, I'll just put them together. Honey, no. To make a vision board effective, you have to personalize it. So an example is, okay, my friends found this so funny when I did it, but I saw this picture of a girl on Pinterest running, you know. It was a nice photo, it resonated with me. But what I did was, instead of her face just being on my vision board, girl, I cut out my face from one of my photos and stuck it there to her face. Like, just put your face in certain photos so that it really looks like you're the one doing it. Or that's how you really personalize it, for you to really think that, yeah, that's me. That's the girl I'm trying to be this year. And that's the girl I will be by the end of this year. Now that I've shared those 4 steps of how to actually make a vision board, I will share with you a little secret that only you viewers would know as a reward for subscribing or tuning into this video. So after making a vision board, I tend to do a ritual. As a very spiritual person, I do rituals to actually internalize and meditate on my vision board. So an example is, you know, I put my vision board right in front of me through my laptop or whatever, and then I play a frequency on my background, like a 7/7 frequency or any solfeggio. I hope I'm saying that right. A frequency that will allow you to manifest everything on that vision board. Also, subliminals are so helpful. There was this one subliminal that I used last year after making a vision board. I played it, and then a few days after that, I got a specific amount of money from my client that helped me add to my bigger picture of the amount that I wanted on my bank account. So any ritual that you want to do, like lighting a candle for your vision board or simply meditating. But yeah, just find a way to make a ritual after making a vision board, and that will speed up the process of you manifesting and making those goals in your vision board come true. So I moved to my phone to finish this video, but we're actually at the end already. If you are still here and watching, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen and also invest in yourself by learning how to make a vision board. Remember that you have what it takes to make all your manifestations come true this year, no matter how delulu they may appear. I also want to let you know that I do one-on-one coaching, so if you need help making your vision board or you just want to talk to me about anything personal development related, then I am available as your life coach. You can just send a message to my Instagram handle for my coaching business, which is at your.highest.version on Instagram. So just feel free to send a message there. All my other socials are linked down in the description box below. Do give me a follow and let's connect on my other social media platforms. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more content in the future. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!